Well, hello, beautiful people. It's me, Sam, from your friendly neighborhood Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, and I'm here to review the new horror film Abigail. Abigail is directed by the guys who did the recent Scream movie, which I rather enjoyed, and they made this film called Ready or Not, which is overlooked, I think, underrated little horror movie that was released a few years back. If you haven't seen that, it's really entertaining. So I was going into this one with some pretty big hopes, and I have to say the first 30 minutes of the movie is basically a heist movie. Heist movies are one of my favorite genres, and the first 30 minutes are really thrilling. It really, hits the ground running, and within those 30 minutes, you get introduced to these characters. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting much with the characters, but I rather enjoyed the cast here. There's basically there's these six people who are hired to kidnap this little girl, and yeah, man, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because yeah, the less you know, the better. And I for the first 80 minutes of the movie, by around an hour and 20 minutes, I was just really entertained. This movie is just funny, surprisingly very funny at times, ridiculous. There are a couple moments that are eye rolling moments that are kind of cheesy. But it's ridiculous and it is meant to be ridiculous. I was having a blast for the first 80 minutes. And the final 20 minutes or so, although there are a couple of good moments within those last 20 minutes, the climax, I felt very disappointed. There's a few choices that are made that I felt were a bit forced. I didn't really buy them, even though there was a lot of ridiculous moments. I don't know. There were certain character moments, character decisions, and I don't want to reveal too much about it, but I just was like, that felt kind of not earned. It didn't feel like it just felt out of place, came out of nowhere. But the movie is bloody, extremely gory. This is a movie that you do not want to watch with your kids. Uh, I think teenagers might be fine, but little kids, yeah, it's too bloody for that. And there's a lot of vulgar language throughout. There, I know in the rating it said that there was like violence throughout, but it's not one where it's like every scene there's action, there's violence. It's not like that. It's kind of sprinkled throughout, but when it does happen, it is pretty gruesome, and in some cases kind of hilarious. I think the cast does a great job. I liked God, the blonde chick and her interaction with the guy they call the Muscle. I thought they really had really good chemistry. I think Melissa Benoist, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but from the recent Scream movies, I think she is a good, solid main character. Dan Stevens, once again, I mean, he's having a great year with the Godzilla X Kong movie. He was one of the best parts about that movie, and he's easily one of the best parts about this movie. He brings a certain edge, a certain like he's kind of flamboyant in a way, but he's really entertaining to watch. I love what he's been doing with his characters lately, and yeah, I mean, he's easily becoming one of my personal favorites. But yeah, I mean, for most of the movie, I was quite enjoying it. I did think that they kind of failed on the with the ending. I didn't think they stuck it. It just, I don't know. And the little girl, if you don't know, the little girl who plays Abigail there, she's actually the actress who plays Megan, who does all the dancing, and she's an actual dancer, which I thought that was pretty cool. And she does a really good job. I'm glad she was able to find a movie that was able to like actually show her face and an actual performance, and not just kind of like dancing, like as in Megan. But she does a really good job here. I was kind of surprised by that, and there's a couple of cool little twists and turns. Some of them you kind of you see them coming, but some of them you don't. It's not great. It's not as great as Ready or Not or the recent Scream movie, but I quite enjoyed it. It's a solid movie. I think it's definitely worth watching in a theater, especially if you have other people watching. It's kind of it's good to like interact whenever, the kill scenes are happening and some of the kind of ridiculous and bonkers moments. It's kind of funny to just be able to laugh with an audience or with your group of friends. So I think it's a solid time at the movies. I would recommend it, but once again, do not take your kids to watch this movie. I'm feeling a very light 7 out of 10. It's solid. Guys, thank you so much and take care.